problem that the question that you posed me. I don't know which culture you're talking about when you're talking about India, because linguistically we have 14 scripts.
Right.
Okay, not 14 dialects or anything, 14 scripts. So coming from Lucknow, which is where I come from, if we have the Devanagari script,
Yes.
which is what Hindi is based on. But if I look at Telugu and if I look at Tamil, I can't read a single letter, forget a word. So that's on the linguistics part. There's also cultural differences. India, as a secular country, it's got we embrace everything. People have come into India, they've never left, and so we have a lot of cultures out here. Yes, but there are certain central cultural tendencies which sometimes are good or sometimes they're bad. So for one thing, as culturally, we never say no to anybody.
Right.
Okay, so if you ask me a question, or if you say, "Can we do this?" Instead of saying no, I will do this. Now, what does this mean? Does it mean yes, or does it mean no? So it's somewhere in between the diagonal. So there are, of course, cultural differences, across the country as well, and it is really, really important to understand those cultural differences. And so, as we come from a culture, and it impacts the way we do business. As an example, this about 5-6 years ago, we were looking at game theory and saying, how in a game theoretic format, if we do X, how will the competition respond, etc. And therefore, if we can think 3 or 4 steps ahead, we could probably make a better decision.
Right.
And so in the West, the philosophy, the way we operate, comes from the Greco-Roman philosophy. So the idea is to compete. The Olympics started in Greece, and the idea is you compete to win. Now, in that kind of a scenario, if your thinking is based on winning, it doesn't mean that you collaborate. And as an example, if we take the wireless telecom business in Europe, I don't remember the current prices.
Right.
But a few years ago, when I was working with Nokia Networks and Nokia Siemens, it was Nokia Siemens before it became Nokia Networks, the pricing in Europe was about 23 euro cents a minute.
Oh.
And companies were struggling to make money. Now, how do Indian companies make money at 1 cent a minute?
Right.
Would challenge everybody's thinking.
So it was just a cost competition basically there?
No. Turns out that the Indian telcos were sharing infrastructure.
Oh, right.
Alright, so you got to learn to collaborate while you're competing. And of course, now we have articles with titles like co-opetition and so on. And co-opetition is something that comes more naturally in India than it would come in the West. So yes, we have cultural differences, but we can spend all our time and finish all the bottles of wine which we don't have and wait till all the cows have gone home, and we'll never answer your question fully.
Right.